Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with round 3 of the Grand Arena Championships exhibition. This is week 1, so round 3 of that. I'm going to show you guys what the map looks like, show you kind of what I had to go through with my opponent. You can see up top he's got his DR squad and I have mine. He's just got a bounty hunter squad with it. Down south is the issue, and I checked out this player's stats and how he kind of plays GA, and he goes for the full clear, and he's got the counter team. It looked like he's got Padme in reserve as his DR counter. Not sure if it would work, but he does have it fully geared, modded, and all the Zetas where they need to be. So I can never wait to the last minute. I just usually don't have that last hour fully free. So I try and get my attacks in, and my game plan going into this round is be as efficient as I can on the bounty hunter team and then all through his south, and try to win on banners and put the what do you call pressure on him that he'll have to clear my DR to win. So starting off, go ahead and go against his General Grievous team. I took in my Padme team using Xeris here. I kind of like using Xeris instead of C3PO, and you'll see why. I mean, it seems like, and it could just be me, I don't know. I'm no expert when it comes to the Padme team, but the heals come in clutch sometimes because Grievous does like so much damage that he can just knock him out. And right now I got my Padme team kind of slow because I was trying to mod it for the Darth Revan counter. But it seems like ever since everybody's G13 in their whole entire arena squads, I know I did the same thing, that a fully gear 12, Galactic Republic just isn't cutting it. And I don't have the resources to take them all to G12 Plus and G13, not right at the moment. So they're all slow for that counter method. Probably going to end up speeding them up. But here I am fighting my opponent's General Grievous team. It's actually a pretty tough team. You can't just go and take CLS against it like you used to unless it's a really, really undergeared squad. As we start to see more and more fully kitted out Zeta, Gear 12, Gear 13 General Grievous squads, it's going to be something to reckon with on defense. They are really a struggle. So here I am working with the Padme team. I'm trying to go after B2 here. He's kind of the engine that fuels the turn meter. Once they have the Zeta on him, he'll lay down all the buff immunities, target locks, and whatnot, and just speed up the rest of the team. So was able to get rid of him. Unfortunately, I lost one there, my Xeris, and that's, sucks because she's the main healer trying to help me keep everybody alive. It's tough when Grievous gets his extra turns, turns around, does that AoE, and just starts lighting you up. So trying to get some hits on Grievous. I know I can't take him below 100. I was trying to see if I could, get a stun on him, or what can I do? Something to neutralize him, and unfortunately it wasn't working for me. So still working on, I got him trying to get Droidica there, and I did, but of course Grievous went and did his AoE. Now I just got B1 and Grievous left. Poor Ahsoka, there she went. So now I'm down to my just big 3 here, trying to hold it down. Taking out B1. You got to tank out that other AoE as soon as Grievous goes. And it's tough. This was a tough battle. And I know some of you guys might say, oh, well, I use Traya. Well, I do too against a Gear 12 Grievous. Once they G13 their Grievous, I've already tried that, and I actually put out a video on it. Once he hits 13, you really struggle with Traya unless you're willing to burn Thrawn to make the team that much better. You really can't do it without him if you want to use Traya. Alright, so finally able to take out Grievous there for a lowly 50 points, which is not what you want when you're trying to play the efficiency game. So the next team up is his Nightsisters. I took in my Traya team, And I got Sith Trooper and Sith Assassin. Figured Trooper can at least help tank out the hits, because once Spirit gets going, it seems like Spirit, throws those green globs everywhere and keeps you stunned, and you can't move, can't do anything. I really am not a huge fan of Nightsisters, and I would have rather taken my Padme team in against Nightsisters because it seems to do much better. I was nervous to take Traya in against Grievous. I'm still, glad I didn't though, but it seems like Traya is just not that great for Nightsisters as people put more gear on them and as they get their spirits up, and mod everything correctly. Traya just doesn't get the job done like she used to. It's still a decent squad because you can annihilate them and they're not going to come back. So definitely helpful, but you can't just tank it out like you used to. So working on his Nightsisters, you can see how Trooper's taking a ton of punishment. Everyone's just going after Trooper. I've got Annihilate up, but I'm trapped behind Zombie Taunt, and that's one of the things you just got to deal with, and it's kind of a pain. The only way you can do anything about that is either Scion's AoE, or whenever you get Traya's Isolate, like right there, throw Isolate on Zombie. Then as soon as you turn around and kill somebody, though, and Zombie dies for him, you got to do it again. That Isolate goes away. And it gets to be a little bit of a pain. I'll tell you one thing. What I like to do, I'm glad I record these because I go through and rewatch them sometimes and see kind of what moves I made and what worked and what didn't work. And you can see that I lost Scion there, and that's huge because he's your AoE, and the fact that he can do that unevadable hit, like through Spirit's Foresight or whatever with his big hit, that's huge that you have that. And without having him there, then you're solely relying on either DN to do a basic to dispel Zombie's taunt, or wait until Traya gets Isolate back around to throw that back on Zombie. So now I'm down to just Traya and DN with Assassin there. Luckily, Assassin stays in stealth. That way she can kind of stay safe and still provide turn meter and hit underneath protection if I need it. You can see there I was trapped behind Zombie Taunt again. So had to use DN's basic instead of being able to annihilate somebody. But I finally got Zombie's kills down, so was able to get rid of Daka. Now I can just kill them regular and they'll stay dead. So throw Isolate on Zombie right there. Now I can use my Annihilate finally. Take out Talzin. Now I just got Spirit to deal with. And she can be a pain, but like I said, once it's down to just Zombie and Spirit, and Zombie's isolated, you can take out Spirit pretty easily. But look at the health stats, and there's virtually no protection there. So another ugly match. You know what I mean? When you're trying to play for efficiency, is definitely not something you want. So there goes Zombie, and a lowly 51 banners for that match. Again, not very good if you're only planning on playing half the board. So this is what he's got waiting for me in back. Got a Bastilla team, which not many people seem to put down these days. And then he's got his Scoundrel team. It's like a hybrid of the Karth OR and Scoundrels, led by Stormtrooper Han. That one can be tricky if you don't have the right tools in the toolbox to take it down. But I already have a plan. I know exactly what I'm going to do to take these two down. And I didn't want to burn my Darth Revan encounter, because I got to hold on to that. What my whole goal is on this is hit these last two efficiently as I can, and take out his bounty hunters up top, because I know what I'm using on those. And then I'm going to wait it out to the last hour and see if, number one, if my opponent decides to go, because if he doesn't, I would win. But if he does go, you don't want to have battles on Darth Revan and fail. The problem with going first is if I would go first and fail on Darth Revan, then he would see that and say, okay, I don't need to get past Darth Revan. So the meta team that I was saving, whether it's Padme, Jedi Revan, whatever, I can then turn around and use that on one of these lower teams instead of having to throw something together. And now he's got a much better team to get much more efficient banners. And yeah, I don't want to do that. See, I could have turned around and used Jedi Knight Revan on Grievous and turn around and use Padme on Nightsisters, done a hell of a lot better. But got to hold on to that Darth Revan counter just in case. Because if he beats my Darth Revan, I got to turn around and beat his and so on. So I kind of hate this cat and mouse stuff. I like it when opponents attack nice and early and then I can attack early and we both just go all out and get the job done. And instead, here we are just, doing this, doing that, waiting. Waited like literally all day. And in the last hour, he finally attacked. So, oh well, I'll show you guys how everything panned out. Right here on the screen now, you can see I took in my CLS team against the Scoundrels. That's why I knew what I was going to use for this. I went ahead and burned CLS because they're going to be the most efficient and there's no danger of getting stopped behind taunt, worrying about if Vandor's going to get prepared. You could just take Vandor out straight away and not have to worry about any of that. So I was able to go 58 banners on that squad and not have to worry about another, 50, 51 banners. And then the Bastilla squad, that one's easy. I saved my Nest. I usually put Nest on defense. I'm going to start saving her for offense, especially with all the Geos right now. She's a really good killer for those. But if you guys don't remember, she's also a great killer for a Bastilla lead Jedi squad. As long as you can throw Kira lead with your Nest, and then if you have Hermit Yoda, go ahead and throw him in there. He'll give Nest that extra little bit of offense boost and be able to heal Nest up for a while if needed. But normally you just throw it on auto. Kira's going to die. Sometimes Hermit Yoda will die. And then you just let Nest do her thing. So that's what we're going to do here. You see it's automatic. Eventually Nest is going to build up enough stack and crit damage that she's going to start one-shotting everybody. And it's all about counterattacks and high tenacity Nest. You can see that she's got Old Ben red barred right there. And there he goes. So now every counterattack she does, we don't have to worry about taking out the main tank. And Qui-Gon Jinn's pretty squishy. Ezra's not much better. But unfortunately, it's not a recipe for great points. Once again, once you have Kira and Hermit Yoda, and they both die, this is what I also wanted to figure out. I mean, I did the math on it, and I was thinking 56, 57 banners if your Nest can end up with full protection, which usually she will. But I wasn't sure because I wanted to try it with just solo Nest versus the Geos can be kind of risky. And with Kira lead and Hermit Yoda, they provide that extra kind of cushion, but you pay for it in banners. Instead of getting possibly 63, you end up with what you see there, 56. So I'm not sure if it's worth the trade-off. I'm glad I tried it though. I think I might be able to do one or the other, like a Kira lead or Nest with Hermit Yoda, and not have to do both. Here's me taking out the troopers. They're pretty easy to take out. There's nothing really new to say here. Once you outspeed his boss and his boss can't get the taunt off, as long as you have a good fast start, throw your buffs up, then range goes, you throw his buffs up, then Veers goes with the AoE, and you just start working on the squishiest character and taking them out, whoever's got the least amount of health, and just keep going. And I use Death Trooper to increase the cooldowns and throw Death Mark on there when I need it. So, nothing much to say for this team. If you guys got a good imp squad, you'll be able to rip through maxed out bounty hunters like nothing, which I do. So, it's a guaranteed 60-point team, which I like. So, thankfully, was able to get a good score there. And now, cleared that off, go back to the main map and show you just what it looks like now. I just cleared off his south there with the one team up north. He didn't do any work to mine at all. And like I said, it was all day, and now it's in the last little bit. He finally attacked in the last hour and was able to go through and clear my south. I was hoping for a defensive hold, but I didn't get it. I went in with my Darth Revan counter, and it didn't pan out. He had a really, I don't know, it was kind of a neat team. Like his Malik was 1 point faster than his Darth Revan, which was tied for my, Darth Revan in terms of speed. And then his Bastilla was just a couple points under that. I mean, he had lightning fast characters. So my Jedi Knight Revan counter just went all to hell and was no good. I checked on my Darth Revan, and he had failed with his counter. He left the turn meter and all that. So likely he used his Padme team. But since I failed and he failed, I mean, that's it. Neither one of us has anything to go against and try to mop up. So there it is. My 1355 to his 1372. We'll take the loss for this round, and I'll see you guys in the next week's championship. We're still in exhibition. This will be week 2, and I'm kind of excited because I'm going to change things up, try a couple new things, and I got a couple Zetas to add. So this is going to be pretty fun. May change things up with Darth Revan because I want a counter that's a little bit more reliable, or at least have more options. So we'll see what happens. All right. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.